Okay, so welcome back. Good evening to all of you. And today I am going to make one video for our 7th standard students. And that 7th standard students for mathematics subject they are studying integers as first chapter. But I have started a discussion on number systems first. Okay, because a very basic knowledge of number system is required for them to go deep and deep into integers. Though they have already studied, they have already represented numbers in number line several times. So the discussion which I have gone for, it will be giving them complete revision on this particular subject. So before starting integer and its operations like two integers are getting added or three integers or even more. So the integers which are getting added or multiplied or subtracted, then final output or final result, what it will be there. Those things also I have discussed. I have discussed about closure property today. And in next video, I will be discussing about commutative property, associative property and distributive property. But today I have given a complete discussion, a description on numbers. What are the different types of numbers? I discussed natural number. I discussed a whole number. Then I discussed rational numbers, fractions, irrational numbers. All these numbers I had a discussion, good discussion. And then prime number, even number, odd number. If we are having a clear concept on these number systems, and then further integers also, then our operations on numbers, algebraic part, what I want to say that algebra part will become strong. The fundamental will become strong, gentlemen. Okay, so let us proceed further to discuss on the number systems as I told you now. Okay, and an appeal, if you like it, just please share it with your friends. If you do not, then I request you to inform me so that I can further improve it. Thank you very much. Okay, so today we will have a discussion on number systems. Number systems. Okay, and this will be applicable for 7th standard students, and even for others also it will be applicable. So in 7th standard we do have first chapter as integers. Okay, so this integers, this chapter will be very much useful for them, so that we are going to have a discussion today. Okay, so in number system, the very first thing is what actually is a number. Okay, what actually is a number? So a number is a numerical quantity, mathematical quantity you can say, which is used to express, uh, you can say, its measurement. Okay, so to measure, number is used to measure. So that measurement in terms of, you can say, numerical figure. That numerical figure, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these are called numerical figures. Okay, right. So number is used to represent some type of quantity. So you can say to represent quantity, physical quantity, which we can say that physical quantity. So which type of quantity? Physical quantity. Okay, right. Now, so these numbers are of different types. So which are the types of numbers are there? Okay, so first one we do have as natural numbers. Natural numbers. Okay, so which are denoted by n. So the number which are starting from 1. So the very first property, it starts from 1. It starts from 1 and all are positive numbers. All are positive numbers. All are positive numbers. Third one, the lowest number is 1. The lowest natural number is 1 and highest natural number is infinite. Highest n is infinite because there is no limit, it is endless. Similarly, second one, we are going for whole number, that is denoted by W. Then first, it starts from 0. Similarly, all are positive numbers. All are positive numbers. Okay. And third one, you can say highest W is also infinite. Highest W is also infinite. Okay, right. Okay. Right. Then third one is rational number. Rational number. So very important rational number, even others are also important. Rational number means numbers which are expressed in the form P by Q. And very important is where Q, which is the denominator, should not be equal to 0. Q should not be equal to 0. That is the main condition for being a rational number. Okay? And rational number, here you can call it as, it is also fraction. Fraction is different and rational number is different. Rational number means all natural numbers, all whole numbers are rational numbers. Okay, all natural number, all whole numbers are rational numbers, but all rational numbers are not natural number and whole number. If you are saying that one natural number 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 is not natural number or whole number. But if we are saying that 2 is a natural number, 3 is a whole number, so we can very well write 2 by 1, 3 by 1. Means we have expressed this natural number in the form P by Q. Similarly, this whole number in the form P by Q, and even 0 also, 0 by 1. We can express it in the form of P by Q. Then this will become rational numbers. Okay, but 1 by 2 is already in the form of P by Q and it is not natural number and whole number. Natural number, whole number will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and like this. Similarly, whole number 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. So this will be called as, you can say, whole number and natural number. So all natural number and whole numbers are rational numbers, but vice versa is not true. Okay? Right? So all fractions, compulsorily, all fractions are not natural numbers and whole numbers. Fractions means it is rational number. All fractions are rational number. Now one more thing is there, in fraction we do have, so this is also a fraction and rational number. We do have proper fraction and we do have improper fraction. So proper fraction 1 by 2 is proper fraction where denominator is more than numerator. So for a proper fraction, compulsorily we should have denominator more than numerator. But for improper fraction, we will be having denominator is smaller than numerator. Okay? It will be called as improper fraction, or we can call it as mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. Why? It because this 4 by 3 can be written as 1 by 1, 1, 1 by 3. Okay, so this is called as mixed fraction. Why? Because it is consisting of one integer also and one fraction also. This one. So fractions are of two types, improper or mixed or proper fraction. Right? Okay. Now let us go for irrational numbers. Let me erase it. Now, irrational numbers. What are called irrational numbers? Means numbers which cannot be expressed. Sorry, here it will be cannot be expressed in the form, cannot be expressed
in the form P by Q. Rational numbers are those numbers which can be expressed in the form P by Q. Irrational numbers, those numbers which cannot be expressed in the form P by Q. Like suppose if we are writing root 2. So root 2 cannot be expressed in the form P by Q. Okay, root 2 is having non-terminating decimal. If we will solve it, so it is 1.414 and it is non-terminating decimal. Root 3, 1.71, non-terminating decimal. So these are called irrational numbers. Even pi, which we are using it to find area of circle pi r square. Okay, so this pi, which value is 22/7, and if you are going for converting it into decimal, so it will be giving you a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. What actually? Non-terminating and non-repeating. Repeating is what? 1.33333, like this it will be this there, then it will be called as repeating. But here you can see it is non-repeating. So non-terminating and non-repeating decimals, which is given by root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, root 11, all prime numbers. Okay? Right, so that is called irrational numbers. But if root 4 somebody will say, so it is not an irrational number. Why? Because root 4 is equal to 2. When we are taking it square root of 4, it is giving you 2. Root 9, it is giving you 3. And these are natural numbers or rational numbers. Okay? Right. Good. Now, combining all these, you have seen already, I told that all rational numbers or all natural numbers and whole numbers are rational numbers. All natural numbers, all whole numbers are rational numbers. Okay. Now, before that, I will tell you about integer. Now, integer consists of, so in a number line, everybody has seen, in that number line, we do have 0 here. Then left side negative numbers are there, like this. Okay. And right side of 0, positive numbers are there, like this it is going on. We have already seen in 6th standard also, even 5th standard also, number line, where if somebody will say that in number line where you will place 2, so here 2 is there. In graph sheet when you will be preparing, then the distance between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, everything will be same. Okay, so integer consists of negative numbers, integer consists of positive numbers, and it consists of the neutral 0 also. Okay, so integer consists of positive, negative, and 0 numbers. That is called integers and denoted by Z. It is denoted by Z. So I hope you all have understood integer. Okay, so now these integers are also rational numbers. Yes, rational numbers means it is positive, it is not there, it can be negative also. Okay, so all integers are also rational numbers, right? So it means if we will say that what are real numbers, then in this real number we can classify as rational and irrational. In rational, we have already classified as natural number also are rational numbers, whole numbers are also rational numbers, even integers are also rational numbers. So everything has come here, okay, in rational number, then irrational number. So real numbers consist of all rational, irrational, natural number, whole number, integers, everything. Right. Now further, if we'll go for that prime number, so which are called prime number? Okay, right. Before that, I will tell you that what actually is a factor. What actually is a factor? So factor means you can say, like if I will say that factor of a natural number is that number which completely divides it. What is called a factor? Like suppose if I will say that factor of 2, then factor of 2 is 1 and 2. Why? If I will divide this 2 by 1, it will be completely divided and remainder will be 0. Okay, completely divides it and remainder is 0. Okay, if I will divide this 2 by 2, it will become 1. So means completely dividing, remainder is 0. So for all numbers, self and 1 is compulsorily a factor. Self and 1 is compulsorily a factor. Okay, 1 and self compulsorily. Then if you will define prime number, then prime numbers are those numbers which is having only 1 and self as factors. As factors. 1 is not called a prime number. Okay, 1 is not considered under the category of prime number. Because 1 and self is the criteria. Now, 2 is the lowest, smallest, even prime number. It is the smallest also and it is even prime number. 2. Then 3 having factor as 1 and 3. Then 5 having factor as 1 and 5. 7 having factor as 1 and 7. 9 is not a prime number because 9 is having factor what? 1, 9 in between 3. 3 is also a factor because 3 3s are 9. Okay, so additional factor is there. If additional factor is there, then other than prime number, what actually it is called? Now you will ask that question. Okay, so that will be called as composite number. That will be called as composite number. So called as composite number. So composite numbers are those numbers which are having factors other than self and 1. Like I told you, 16 having factor 1, then 2, then 4, 4 4 just 16, then 8 2 just 16. Okay, right, 9 10 11 12 and 16 is the last factor. So self and 1 is there. After that, in between, other factors are also there, and those numbers are called as composite number. Okay, right. A very good way I will tell you that how you will find factors of a number. Okay. Like suppose you are asked to find factor of 120. Then how you will be doing it? So start from smaller one. So a smaller one is the 1. If 1 is there, just write at the last 120. Because if you are dividing this 120 by 1, you are getting quotient 120. So 120 is the self, 1 and self. So this will be the highest factor always. Okay. Second, you are knowing that 120 is divisible by 2. So you are writing 2. If you are dividing this 120 by 2 like this, 120 by 2, so it is giving you 60. So if you are dividing by 2, you got 60. And if you will divide this 120 by 60, you will get 2. So it means 2 and 60 both are factors. Okay? 2 and 60 both are factors. So simultaneously you are finding the highest factor also, smallest factor also. So in this way you should move forward. Then if you are going for 3, so if you are dividing 120 by 3, so you are getting 40. Here simply write 40. Okay. Now further you went for dividing it by 4. So 120 by 4, it is giving you 30. Here you write like this. Okay. Now 5. Then 120 by 5, 2s are 10, 4. Here you write 24. Then you write 6. Here you write 20. Why? 120 divided by 6, you got 20. Right? Okay, I will rub it. Now 7, it will not be divisible. 120 will not be divisible by 7. Okay. With 8, 120 by 8, 8 1s are 8, 5s are, here you write 15. Okay. Right. Now with 9, it will not be divisible. 120 will not be divisible. With 10, yes, it is divisible. So if you are dividing it by 10, here it is becoming 12. Then 11, not divisible. If you are dividing it by 12, okay, right, then here you will go for writing 10. Don't write 10 because that factor should not get repeated. And here also I have by mistake I have done. So 12 and 10 already it is there. So we should not repeat it. So when we are writing factor, so like this 120, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 24, 30, 40, 60, 120. Okay. Here this one you have done rough work, and finally you will write this is. Finally you will be writing in this way. Okay, so this will become 120 factors for 120. So in this way we can find out. Okay, right. So I told you about prime numbers, I told you about factors, I told you about integers. I want to tell you about even number. Even numbers. So numbers which are divisible by 2. So numbers which are divisible by 2. Okay. Odd numbers. So 2 is also divisible by 2, then 4, 6, 8. So multiple of 2. Multiple of 2 will become even numbers. Then odd number. So odd number, some people they used to say that some student they will say, not the teacher. A student they will say that, sir, the numbers which are divisible by 3. No, it is not like that. We should simply define it as numbers which are not divisible by 2. Simply. Why? Because all prime numbers 5, 7, 11, okay, 13 also come under the category of odd number only. Means numbers which are not divisible by 2 are completely odd numbers. Which are divisible by 2 are called even numbers. Okay? So 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, like this it will be going on. Okay, so I hope everybody has understood this number systems. Now, because it is the chapter for integers for 7th standard students, and integers, as everybody is knowing, that I told integers consist of negative numbers also and positive numbers also. In between 0 will be there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so negative numbers, positive numbers, and in between it is 0, which is neutral. 0 is not called as positive number also or negative number also. It is not classified, it is neutral number. Okay, center position. Right. So, integers consist of positive number, negative number also. Now, what it is there? It is following closure property. Closure property. What is called closure property? Means if you are going for operations. So what are the operations? Mathematical operations. Mathematical operations are addition, denoted by plus, subtraction, denoted by minus, then multiplication, denoted by cross, and division, like this. So if you are going for various operations of any number and you are getting the same number, like if you are doing operations on integers, if two integers are added, you will get finally an integer only. If two integers are subtracted, you will get an integer only. If two integers are multiplied, we will get an integer only. And if we are dividing two integers, we will get an integer only. So in each and every case, you are including integers here for these operations. Your output is also integer. Then it will be called that it is following closure property. That is called closure property. Okay. So this is there. Now I will tell you. If one, now here positive and here negative, like this. So if one positive integer is there, 1, and one negative integer is there, -2, and if we will go for addition, what will be our result, output? Okay, so it will give us, now here we have to see that which is greater in number. So 1 and 2. So 2 is greater. Here what operation will take place? Here negative will take place. 2 minus 1. Okay, so whichever is having highest number and its sign is there, so that will be coming into action. So here 2 minus 1 is giving you 1 and sign will be minus because this was highest. So its sign has taken over here. Okay. Second, suppose if simultaneously. If you are having positive number, here you can say some 5. Here you are having some negative number, minus 2. Then it is positive. Because one is positive, another one is negative. Okay, the operation will be negative only. Means subtraction. Action will be subtraction. So 5 minus 2 is giving you 3. Now which is highest? 5. What is its sign? Its sign is plus. Then its sign will take care here. So it will become positive. Okay, so generally plus 3 we are not writing. We are writing simply 3 and it is understood that it is positive. Okay, right. If you are having, you can say, a positive integer here 5 and a negative integer minus 5, you are going for operation minus. Okay, subtraction. So if suppose 5, so we will be writing here 5 minus 5. So this one will be giving us as 5 minus into minus is giving us as plus 5 and it will become 10. Okay, so before that let me tell you about sign. So if plus, okay, one is plus and another one is also plus, then we will get plus. If one is plus and another one is minus, okay, so here we will go for subtraction, or so what sign will be there, that will be depending on which is highest. Operation will be subtraction only. Operation will be subtraction only because one is plus, one is minus. Here one is plus, another one is also plus, so it will get simply added. It will get simply added. Sign also will be plus, but here sign will depend on highest one. Operation will be subtraction. Now if one is plus integer, we are doing operation of multiplication, another one is minus, so plus into minus will be minus and that multiplied operation will be done. If one is minus and another one is also minus, okay, minus, then minus minus will make it plus. Okay, plus. Operation will also be multiplication. Now division. If one is divided minus 3 by minus 4, so this minus minus will cancel each other and it will become plus if both are minus. If one is minus, another one is plus, then it will give you as minus and whatever division will be there. So in this way integer follows. Okay, so I hope our students have understood these operations. Okay, so if here it is 5 and this is there into, in between if I am writing minus 5 and if the operation is multiplication, so 5 into 5, 25 simply, and this minus, here plus is there, plus into minus, where it is plus into minus, minus, so minus operation. If one is minus, another one is also minus, if multiplication is done, so 3, 3, 9 will come, minus into minus will make it plus, so it will be plus only. Okay, so in this way we solve questions related to integers generally. Okay, so some basic concepts of integers our students would have got. Okay, they have understood now. So further in next class we will discuss on commutative property, associative property, distributive property. Okay, so today we had a complete discussion on number systems which is applicable for 7th standard students. Okay, and integers. Right, very nice. Thank you very much.